This chapter, the Tiger King, we are going to have analytical study of this quickly. You will look at the slide. I will explain you the things, and these are the main things which are happening. King is already there, but the Tiger King is something different. And king we all know. The Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram, this is the name of the kingdom, Pratibandhapuram, Hindi name. And he had a very long name. His Highness Jamidar General Khiledar Major Satyagra Samhari Maharaja Dhiraj Biswa Bhuvan Samrat Sir Jilani Jang Bahadur MAD ACTC or CRCK. This is the long name, many degrees and a long name. So this long name is now, it is read in this story, you will find it as Tiger King. His name, although the name was very long one, but in short, he is known Tiger King. Even the threat of Stook bomber will not throw me off track. The Stook is, if it likes, can beat a hasty retreat from my story. This is the narrator's, statement here. Narrator is saying that I'm going to tell you a story. I'm not going to stop. This bomber is, a bomber, fighter bomber, okay, which just goes down. It is actually, I have written here, German dive bomber, which is used for ground attack. It makes dive and it attacks on the ground. So narrator is serious to tell you the story. It means the narrator is saying that I'm going to tell you a story and I'm not going to do hurry because it is a long story and I'm not going to stop this story. It means unless I finish listen to the story and I'm going to finish the story, I'm not going to stop it at all. So this is a type of preference. Again, some students have sound at the background. I don't know what is the problem. Everyone who reads of him will experience the natural desire to meet a man of his indomitable courage face to face, but there is no chance of its fulfillment. Whoever reads about this king, Tiger King, either you or me, we want to meet him face to face. This indomitable courage. Indomitable courage means very strong will. We want to meet him, but it is not possible because Tiger King is not there. We don't have Tiger King now here. We wanted to meet that Tiger King, brave king. The manner of king's death is a matter of extraordinary interest. What is going to be in this chapter? In this chapter, the method of king's death is very important. It is going to be great interest for all of us, that how he died, what was the cause of his death, what were the circumstances that led to his death. It is revealed only at the end, I think. Let me put here and. The most fantastic aspect of his demise was that as soon as he was born, astrologers foretold that one day the Tiger King would die because of tiger. Now, this is the this is thing that when he was born, that time astrologers, those who tell the future, those who read the birth chart, they were there. You can call them Panditji also. They just made one foretelling. Foretelling is the future, happening. They told that one day Tiger King would die because of tiger. Everybody dies when one is born, then he or she dies, no problem. But they gave one prophecy. We also call this prophecy, foretelling, telling the future in advance that he would die, this Tiger King would die of tiger. He would, the tiger would be the cause of his death. Now, the child will grow up. The child will grow up to become the warrior of warriors, hero of heroes, champion of champion, but they bit their lips and swallowed the heart. This is the, these are the words of the astrologers. They say that this child will grow up and he would become very great warrior. He would become a brave man. He would become hero of heroes. He would become champion of champions. but there was one big but, and dot dot dot. So when the astrologer stopped at but, then what happened? They started biting their lips. It means they did not speak anything. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Whenever there is something, I am not audible, you just respond. Otherwise, because I have the slide in front of me, so I cannot see that the sound, either it is mute or unmute. So it means that they were saying something to parents and to the relatives about the child, about the baby who was born that time. Astonishing praise emerged from the lips of the 10-day-old Jilani Jang Jang Bahadur. What happened? Astonishing means very surprising. A very surprising phrase. Phrase, you know, you are English student. A group of words, but not a complete sentence. It emerged from the lips of 10-day-old. Normally, 10-day-old child, baby, or infant, 10-day-old infant will not speak anything. But he spoke. And what he spoke, it is given in the quote. O wise prophets, everyone stood transfixed in stupefaction. They looked wildly at each other and blinked. O wise prophet, it was I who spoke. Now this baby, this infant, just said, "Oh wild, oh intelligent astrologers." And everyone, when this phrase came, everyone was transfixed. Everyone became, you know, just like magic bound. Everyone was under no senses, stupefaction, just under great surprise. So this was the word which came from the baby's mouth. "Oh wild prophet." And then again he repeated that I spoke these words. Nobody believed that infant will speak. Then he again said, "Oh wild prophets." Prophets means these astrologers, intelligent people. I spoke. All those who are born, what he said, these are the quote. All those who are born will die one day. We don't need your prediction to know that. There would be some sense. अभी भी बहुत सारे लोगों का sound off नहीं है, उसको off कर लो. There is great disturbance. There would be some sense in it if you could tell us the manner of that death. Then he said that everyone, I have already explained this point to you. He said everyone knows that one day a person who is born will die. But tell me the manner of the death. The royal infant uttered these words in his little squeaky voice. These were the words of the royal infant, that baby. So normally it is not possible for a baby to speak like this, and so intelligent words, so intelligent sentences. The prince was born in, this is the quote of the chief astrologer. Chief astrologer means the head of the astrologer's team. What he said, the prince was born in the hour of bull. The bull and tiger are enemies. Therefore, death comes from the tiger. The chief astrologer explained that because the birth time of this infant, royal infant, was the bull hour. Bull hour, actually, when we study the birth chart, there are different type of symbols. So there might be one bull hour. And he said because this child was born in bull hour, and bull and tiger are enemies to each other. And tiger is more powerful than bull. The tiger will kill. So this was a type of calculation. This was a type of, accounting, astrologers accounting, astrologers prediction. They calculated this thing on the basis of their astrology and their astrological knowledge. Terrifying words emerged from his lips. And as soon as the astrologers spoke this thing, then again the, baby infant, again he spoke something. Let tiger, let tigers beware. Let tigers beware. It means he made a direct challenge to the tigers that the tigers should now keep themselves, alert, because he was going, it is a type of warning, you can call it. It is a type of challenge, you can call it. It is a type of threatening, you can call it. Am I audible to you all? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And the things are getting clear also, whatever I say to you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. The baby king grew up. Now, you know that astrologers are gone to their homes and the family is just taking care of the baby. The baby king grew up, drank the, now see, read this sentence. The baby king grew up, drank the milk of English cow, was brought up by an English nanny, tutored in English by an Englishman, saw nothing but English films, exactly as crown princes of all the other Indian states did. Now you read this sentence, and by that time I will put some special characters here. And why I will put special characters here, this we will explain. Now the author is telling us that this boy grew up in a very, rich fashion. That English cow. So, is there any difference between the milk of English cow, Indian cow, Canadian cow, Australian cow? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Yes. No. Milk is milk. Okay, maybe possible that the quality and the nutrients, we are not going to that chemical part of that biological things. But normally cow is cow. Either it is English or Indian. He was brought up by an English nanny. Nanny, the nurse, the caretaker, English nanny. Tutored by English man. He was taught English by English man. Even Indian teacher could teach him. Indian tutor could be there. Indian cow could be there. So this all the writer is giving this deliberately. And why this is giving deliberately, why I have put these special characters here, because you should understand that what the writer is trying to say. The writer is trying to give us the idea that the rich people, okay, the prince and their family members, they are given special, status, they are given special care, okay, because of their position, because of their rank, because of their power. They are given all these things. Otherwise, these things are not going to make any big difference. It means this special protection was given to the baby, and the baby was growing and becoming very small. People in kingdom, and then baby grew up. Okay, he just became a young boy. But people in the kingdom remembered astrologer's prediction. But everyone in the kingdom remember the prediction and the foretelling of the astrologer. And what was the foretelling? That the tiger king would be killed by a tiger. That baby king would be killed by a tiger. One thing I am telling you, that this boy was not king that time. He is going to become the king now. After he attained age 21 years age, then he became the king of Pratibandhapuram. There were innumerable forests in his, innumerable means lots of, large number of. There were innumerable forests with tigers in Pratibandhapuram. His kingdom had many forests, and in that forest there were tigers. You know that in our country is famous for tigers. Can you tell me that what is the tiger percentage of world we people enjoying? One day I told you in the assembly, I think if you paid attention to me, and that day we were talking about something when our prime minister just had that Discovery Channel, when he was with that Mr. Bears. Okay, you might have forgotten.
50% tiger.
75% we have. We have 75% of world's tiger in our country. So we are, rich in tigers. India is rich for tigers, rich in tigers, and we are proud of that. That we have 75% tigers of the world. So his forest had lots of tigers. King remembered the saying, and king also remembered the saying. Okay, what saying? When he studied like you people, he remembered, he learned one saying. You may kill even a cow in self-defense. Killing a cow is actually not good, and it is in Hindu mythology it is taken as a sin. But there is a saying that if a cow is dangerous for you, then there is no harm to kill the cow also. So he remembered this thing and taking the message from this, and he started doing something. He saw no objection in killing tigers in self-defense. So he thought that if in self-defense we can kill cow, so why should I not kill tigers in self-defense? Because tiger was going to become a threat for him. Tiger was going to become a problem for him. So he started out on tiger hunt. He started his tiger hunt and was thrilled when he killed his first tiger. He became, when he became king, he was young, 21, 22. He had energy, power, all servants, and he started on tiger hunt and he killed his first tiger. He was very excited. Okay. And then he came and he showed the dead tiger to the astrologers. He called the astrologers because king is king. King called the astrologers again and he saw royal astrologers, please see. Why I'm saying royal every time? Because you know all those employees who work in a king's family, they are called royal astrologers, royal carpenter, royal dress designer, all these things. So then he called the astrologer and he told the astrologer that I have killed a tiger. And now see the read astrologers, what astrologer said. Astrologer said, Your Majesty, you may kill 99 tigers in exactly the same manner. But again, there is a but. This but is, and nowadays you might be saying Mahabharata. This but is a great word. When we put this but, it means something, we are speaking something contrary to the statement which we have already said. Something different is coming. He said that you can kill 99 tigers like this. You are a brave person. But still, you have to fear because you have not killed the next one. But what? King said, but what? Speak without fear. King ordered the royal astrologer that you should speak without fear. Then astrologer said, but you must be very careful with the 100th tiger. It means that unless and until you kill 100 tigers, you are not in safe zone. So the condition was there. The astrology was saying that the king must be afraid of tigers. He should be always open to the threat unless and until he kills 100 tigers. This was the problem. So that's why he said that even 99, after killing 99, you are not safe. Then king, what if 100 tigers were killed also? This young boy, he told him that if I kill 100 tigers, then what will happen? Astrologer responded, then I'll tear up all my books and books on astrology and set fire to them and I shall cut off my tuft, crop my hair short and become an insurance agent. Now here again I will put some special character and why I am putting a special character? Because these are the areas where the question paper setter will be testing your knowledge, where the question paper setter would try to give you something. Astrologer said that if my foretelling is proved wrong, suppose you kill 100 tigers and you are safe, then I'll tear all my religious books, all my books on astrology. I'll just burn them. Set fire to them means I'll burn them. And for astrologers, for a pandit, if he or she is burning the books, religious books, that is great loss. And he said very good thing in the next sentence. I shall cut off my tuft. Tuft is the hair, long hair, that tuft. Sikha, choti jo hum kehte hain. And this is very important for a pandit ji, astrologer. I would cut off that and I would crop my hair, close crop, okay, and I would become insurance agent. It means I would stop doing astrology, I would stop doing something in astrology, and I would start doing business like insurance agent. I would change my profession. Now this is something funny situation. Okay, this lesson is not only telling you a story, it is giving us lots of situation where we are finding humor in the sense where we can laugh, we can enjoy. Astrologer is saying that if my astrology is proved wrong, then I will start doing the work of insurance agent. And what is the insurance agent? You know that insurance agent make insurance of vehicles and houses and people. So astrologer gave a type of direct challenge that if my astrology is proved wrong, then I'll do all this thing. Celebration time for all tigers inhabiting Pratibandhapuram. Again, I'll put 1 star here and I'll ask you a question that why it was celebration time for all tigers. Can you make a guess? My slide says that celebration time for all the tigers inhabiting Pratibandhapuram. It means all those tigers which were living in Pratibandhapuram forest, it was a celebration time for them. So why it was a celebration time for them?
Because the Tiger King killed all the tigers, means 99 or something less. And he was near to his main aim to the 100 tigers.
Nitesh, if he is going to kill tigers, then is it celebration? Suppose somebody say, I will kill 100 people in Delhi, Nagri area. So will it be celebration for us?
No, sir.
Yes, I am explaining. That's why you should enjoy that when I am teaching you like this. This was celebration time because nobody was going to do any harm to tigers of Pratibandhapuram. Nobody was going to do any harm. It means tigers were kept safe. But again, there is a but. Why but? Because these tigers were going to be killed by the king himself. It means he was giving the protection to the tigers that nobody would hunt them, nobody would kill them, nobody would harm them. But ultimately, he wanted to kill them. He wanted to complete the tally of 100 tigers. The state banned tiger hunting by anyone except Maharaja. So there was a state order that nobody would hunt tiger. Only Maharaja, only the king would hunt tiger. So this was a type of, protection for tigers. In our country, we have had Project Tigers. And after the Project Tigers, we have 75% of the world tiger today. The reason is that we wanted to save their habitation. We wanted to save them from the hunters. We wanted to save them from the poachers. But this tiger, this Maharaja was saving them from hunters, but finally he was going to kill them. He wanted to kill them. He was saving for himself. Okay. Proclamation issued. Proclamation is order. Order was issued. Anyone dare to fling so much as a stone at tiger, all his wealth and property would be confiscated. Confiscated means seized, taken into custody. The order was passed that if anybody throws even a single stone at a tiger, then what will be done? His property will be confiscated and action will be taken against him. The idea is that no one will harm tiger. No one will do anything with the tiger. Only and only the tigers will be there and the king would be taking all action as far as the tigers are concerned. The reason was that he wanted to kill 100 tigers. The Maharaja would attend all the other matters only after killing the 100 tiger. This board means his declaration. He made a promise that he would attend all other matters of the state and the kingdom only and only after killing 100 tigers. It means he was not going to do anything before he kills 100 tigers. Now again I put a special character here and I ask you the importance of this. Why I have put a special character here? The Maharaja vote, he just take a resolution that he would attend all other matters after killing 100 tigers only. Why I want to focus this point? Anyone?
Sir, he left all other important things because of tigers.
Good. He was becoming selfish. It means he had nothing to do with people. He was not taking care of the citizens. He was not taking care of the public services. He was not thinking about the problems of people. He was only and only focusing on his own problem, and that was that he would be safe if he was able to kill 100 tigers. It means he was becoming selfish here. So that type of king who is selfish king, is that a good king? Suppose there is a selfish officer, and he is only taking care of himself and not of his employee. For example, I start thinking only about myself and not about you and teachers, then I would be called selfish also. So my question here is that it is showing the, hypocrisy. There is a word in English, hypocrisy. Hypocrisy means when we only and only think on selfish ends, and when we talk something but do something different. And here the Tiger King was doing same thing. He was more particular about his safety, and he was not particular about the safety of the people, because ultimately in old days what happened, that all people of a kingdom had complete faith on the king that he would save them, he would solve their problem, he would provide them food, he would do everything good to them. But this king was running away. He was simply saying that I will attend all the works after I kill 100 tigers. Okay, and that was only to prove the astrologer wrong, to just keep himself safe from tiger. There were times when the bullet missed its mark, the tiger leapt upon him, and he fought the beast with his bare hands. Each time it was Maharaja who won, and this is giving something about the bravery of the king. Many times when he was killing the tigers, many times he was in great danger. Sometimes the bullet missed and the tiger leapt upon him, and he had a fight with the beast. Beast here, tiger. Bare hand fights. And he won. Maharaja won. So he was a great king, really. He was a powerful king. He had he fought with the tiger without gun also. So it means he was really brave. He was really courageous. But what he was going to do, that was not very good. The king was in danger of losing his throne, and there came a problem that king was in danger of losing his throne. Throne means kingdom. There was a problem that he could lose his kingdom. Why? A British officer visited Pratibandhapuram. He wished to hunt tigers in Pratibandhapuram, but Maharaja refused permission. A British officer, that time, the country was all the states, that kingly states, all the princely states were liable. They were accountable to British Empire. So one British officer visited Pratibandhapuram, and he wanted to shoot a tiger. He wanted to hunt a tiger. But the problem was, what was the problem? Tiger King wanted to shoot all the tigers. He wanted to keep the tally continue. I can organize. Now here again I put some asterisk mark. Again humor is there, and this humor, I can organize any other hunt. You may go on a boar hunt, boar, bear. You may conduct a mouse hunt. Mouse, you know very well. We are ready for mosquito hunt. You can hunt mosquito, but tiger hunt again, but impossible. He said that, officer, you can do any other type of hunting in my kingdom. That time in olden days, not now, some people are even doing this, but in olden days, this hunting was a type of sports, a pleasure. People used to enjoy, and especially the rich people, kings, officers, commanders, they used to enjoy hunting. That was not only a pleasure for them, that was a type of sports for them also. So here is a funny situation, humorous situation, that he is saying that you can hunt mosquito. Have you seen anybody hunting mosquito? Have you seen anybody hunting mouse? Boar hunting may be possible, But as for the mosquito and mouse, so this aspect is giving us a humorous aspect. Okay, the writer is giving us as much, but he said that you cannot go for tiger hunt because he wanted tiger for himself. He wanted to keep tiger safe for himself. The officer himself did not want to kill the tiger. Then officer said that I don't want to kill the tiger. Maharaja could do the actual killing. He wanted a photograph of himself holding the gun and standing over the tiger carcass. Carcass is the dead body. Again, I'll put here something. Officer said, okay, no problem. I'm not going to kill the tiger. You kill tiger. Okay. Your tally will go up. I just want a photograph on tiger's body. My just a gun in my hand and my just a foot on tiger's dead body. And this stylish photograph like selfie type. So, this type of thing is also possible and also seen these days. When you take some special photograph sometime, you don't do that, but you want to take that photograph at that particular situation, at that particular thing. So this was something of a publicity to just enjoy and to give the pleasure to his senses, all like that. So he wanted a photograph on animals, on that tiger's carcass with a gun in his hand. So this was a publicity type of thing. But again, Maharaja was not ready. Maharaja did not agree to this proposal. Okay, thinking that other officers would also make such type of demand. And Maharaja thought that if I give this permission to this man, then other officers will come, because that time British officers kept on coming. They were coming every time from London and UK. So he thought that if I give permission to one, then another will come, then another will come, and then what will happen? That I will be disturbed, and tiger will be less for me. So British officer turned up, but again British officer visited there. He came for hunting, and Maharaja prevented the officer from fulfilling his desire. Maharaja just did not give him the permission, prevented the officer from fulfilling his desire. What was his desire? His desire was to just kill a tiger and to have a photograph with the tiger's dead body. Okay, and then there was a danger. He stood in danger of losing his kingdom. Maharaja had a danger because he could lose his kingdom. As I have already told you, that the princely states were under the queen of Britain. So they could be taken into custody if the officer was not happy, and if the British Empire was not happy. So he was about to lose his kingdom. It means they could take his kingdom into their position. Then the Maharaja and Diwan discuss. Maharaja Diwan, his chief minister, his main advisor and minister, who takes care of the kingdom. Maharaja and Diwan discuss over this issue, and then they sent a telegram to a British company of jewelers in Calcutta. There was a very famous company of jewelers in Calcutta, and these were the British jewelers. And they gave order for expensive diamond rings. They just told the company that we want some samples of expensive diamond rings, very good quality diamond rings. Very soon, 50 diamond rings arrived through that parcel and postal parcel. 50 diamond rings arrived to Maharaja. Okay, and then Maharaja sent these diamond rings to British officer's wife, good lady, British officer's wife. Okay, and he thought that she would take one or two rings and then she would send rest of the rings back. It means 47, 48 she would return. So this was a type of, now again I put here one asterisk, and the reason is that it was bribe. What was this? This was bribe. Bribe means doing some favor for someone to get some service from someone. Okay, this is called bribe. In Hindi we call it ghoos dena. So this was a type of bribe that the king had ordered 50 diamond rings, and he sent these diamond rings to British officer's wife. He thought that she would take one or two and she would return the rest. But the officer's wife, Durai Swami is the word which is given inside in the chapter, Durai Sani. So officer's wife, she took all the rings and replied, "Thank you very much. Thank you very much, king. Very good. Nice gifts, all." So she took all these gifts, all these diamond rings, 50 diamond rings. Okay. Maharaja had to pay rupees 3 lakh to the jeweler. And the cost of these 50 diamond rings was rupees 3 lakh. Okay, and this money who paid? Maharaja paid to jeweler. And for what? To retain his kingdom, to keep his kingdom safe. Why safe? Because otherwise the kingdom would be taken in the custody of the British Empire. So this was a type of bribe which was given to the officer, and the officer was happy and king was also happy. So this is again giving us a type of message. And what was the message? The message is that that time, even that time, and even today, we people do something illegal to save ourselves and to do something different. It means that that is not legally right, but we do that. And who is doing? One who is doing that, he is also wrong. One who is making that compulsion, he is also wrong. In this case, British officer was also wrong, and the king was also wrong, because one was giving the bribe and another was accepting the bribe. And for what? For doing their selfish need only, for selfing their one wanted photograph with the tiger body, another wanted to kill tiger for his safety only. So this all thing was there. Now we go to the next slide, and it is already 10. We will conclude within 5-10 minutes, because your other class will also be there. Maharaja continued tiger hunt within 10 years and killed 70 tigers. He continued. The British officer was gone now, and within 10 years he killed 70 tigers from his kingdom, Pratibandhapuram forest. Then there came a problem, unforeseen hurdle. Unforeseen hurdle ka matlab problem, objection, problem. What was that? His killing came to standstill. Standstill means it stopped. All of a sudden, when something stops, that is called standstill. Okay. What? Because the tiger population became extinct in his forest of Pratibandhapuram. There is a word extinct. EXTINCT, extinct. Am I audible to all of you? Am I
Yes,
audible?
sir.
So tiger population in his kingdom became extinct because he had killed 70 tigers in his kingdom and there were no tigers. This was a problem because still 30 tigers had to be killed. Now again there is the humorous situation, and I'll put again a special character here. Now what is there? Did tiger practice birth control or commit harakiri? The question is that what happened? Where the tiger had gone? Had they started doing this birth control, family planning, that the tiger had come? This is a humorous situation. How it is possible that tiger would be going for family planning? And did they commit harakiri? Harakiri is a Japanese, Japanese term, and it is, I have written it here. Harakiri is a Japanese ritual suicide. It is a method of suicide by cutting abdomen to avoid execution or disgrace. Cutting abdomen through sword. The brave people, when they were caught by enemies, then they used to kill themselves. वो अपने आप को ही मार देते थे, so that their disgrace is not there and they were not executed. So harakiri, it is a type of suicide. So the question is that whether the tigers had started birth control, family planning, or they had started committing suicide. And the third option, or ran away from the state because they desired to be shot by British hands alone. Again, this is humorous situation. And these humorous situation the writer is deliberately making, because these are giving us the clue that that time the officers, the powerful people, they misuse the power. They misuse the power. So had they run away to another state because they would be they wanted to get killed by British hands alone. Yani British officers, British people went for large number of hunting in our country when they were in India. They enjoyed this hunting. So this is again giving a type of humorous situation, because the British, it shows that the Britishers were doing this mindless hunting of tiger and other animals in our country. 30 tigers still remain to be shot down by the king, and he called Diwan, and he was brandishing his sword. He was just giving some polish to his sword. He called Diwan to him, and that time he was shining. He was giving extra shine to his sword. Shuddering at the sight. Shuddering means trembling. This Diwan was trembling. He was trembling out of fear. So shuddering at the sight of the sword, Diwan cried out, "Your Majesty, I am not a tiger." This is again funny situation, humorous situation here. Okay, he said that, "Your Majesty, I am not a tiger. Why you are just giving sign to your tiger?" tiger. So again, this is a type of funny situation, but it is also giving one more thing, that how the officers, how the junior people just trembled. They were very much afraid of the people in authority. It means people in authority always created panic and pain for those who were junior people, who were lower in rank. So this was also there, and humor is already there. Which idiot would call you a tiger? This is the king's word. That I, which, no, I'm not calling you a tiger. No, I am not a gun. Then this man said, Diwan said, I am also not a gun. Either gun or tiger. You are neither a tiger nor a gun. Diwan Sahib, he said, these are the king's word. I summoned you here for a different purpose. I have decided to get married. See, very different scene. Diwan is afraid. Diwan is just trying to save his life. And then finally king says that Diwan Sahib, no, I am not going to kill you. You are not a tiger. You are not a gun. For different purpose. Now see, different, the word different. Different is giving us the different thing. I have called you for a different purpose, and that is very good purpose. I have decided to get married. I want to get married. I want to get into marriage. So this was a completely hunting tigers, saving the kingdom. And now he had got a very good idea, and that was thus making a family, starting a family, getting married. So it was a lovely idea. But how the lovely idea was going, we are going to discuss here. Your Majesty, I have, again the funny situation. Your Majesty, I have 2 wives already. He said, no, Diwan said that, Your Majesty, dear king, I have 2 wives already. If I marry you, it means he thought that the king wanted him to marry him forcibly, because he was afraid. He was not under his senses also. So he said, Your Majesty, I have already 2 wives. How can I marry you? This is a funny situation. Don't talk nonsense. Why should I marry you? King said that, why you are talking all this nonsense? I'm not going to marry you. What I want a tiger. I want a tiger only. I don't want to marry you. I'm not going to marry you. I want a tiger. Your Majesty, please think it over. Your ancestor were married to that sword. It means that your ancestor had very powerful command over the sword. And if you like, you can marry gun. You can marry gun means you can have close relationship with your gun, because you are a very good fighter. You are a very good shooter. A tiger king is more than enough for this state. One tiger king, you are more than enough for this state. Tiger queen. So there are 2 meanings. One tiger queen means the actual tiger. So double meaning is coming there. Okay, that marrying a tiger, tigress rather, and another that marrying a girl who would start like tiger queen, like tiger king. She would also go for hunting tigers. So this is giving us again a funny situation, humorous situation. There are many humorous situations in there. Drop statistics of tiger population in different native states. Investigate if there is a girl I can marry in the royal family of the state with a large tiger population. He gave him one assignment. He gave Diwan one assignment. And what was the assignment? That you make calculation. Statistics. Statistics means make all calculation and find that if there is any state, any other kingdom, okay, where there are large number of tiger. And another condition, if there is a girl, unmarried girl in that royal family. Okay, so 2 things should be there. One, another state, not Pratibandhapuram, another state. Another, that state should have large number of tigers. And the next thing, there should be a royal girl, royal family girl, okay? And then he would get married to that girl. It means he wanted to marry to that princess whose father had large number of tiger in his kingdom. This was a type of command given by the king to his diwan, to his minister. Maharaja Diwan followed orders. Diwan just started following order, and he found the right girl from the state which possessed a large number of tiger. And he got a girl on another state where there were a large number of tiger. And then Maharaja was married to that girl. Maharaja killed 5-6 tiger. Each time he visited his father-in-law. Whenever he visited his father-in-law's kingdom, he killed 5-6 tigers every time. 5-6 tigers every time because he wanted 30 tigers more. 99 tigers skins adorned the wall of the reception. Again, I'll put here a special character. So 99 tigers skin adorned. Adorned means decorated the walls of the reception hall. Reception hall means his main reception hall in Pratibandhapuram Palace. It means that 99 tigers skins were there. It was also a fashion. It was also a type of honor that if you have tiger skin, if you have tiger dummy in your that drawing room, in your just meeting room, in your lobby, then it was taken as a great pride. So this king had killed 99 tigers, and so he was having all these things. But this was possible only when he married to a girl where there were large number of tigers. And we would do one more slide, and then we would wind up the class because I have to go, and you have another class also. The tiger farm had run dry. There were no tigers in father's kingdom. You know that first Pratibandhapuram became tigerless, in-law's kingdom became tigerless. Now the question was how to find the 100. It became impossible to locate the tiger anywhere. There was no tiger, neither in his own kingdom. So it was a great problem. And one tiger was still. One more was needed, but he had to be extremely careful. Had said, even after killing 99 tigers, the Maharaja should beware. Beware means should remain alert of the 100. This was chief astrologist. This is astrology. His foretelling was still in the mind of tiger that even if you kill 199 tigers, you should be, very alert from the 100 tiger. And 100 tiger was not there. 100 was still missing. Where was the 100 tiger to be found? The question was that how to find the 100 tiger. It seemed easier to find a tiger's milk than a live tiger. Again, a funny situation. It seemed easier to find tiger's milk than a live tiger. So from where the tiger milk will come if the tiger is not there? Normally, nobody goes for tiger milk. Who can take tiger milk? But suppose, okay, tiger milk is there. How tiger's milk is possible if the live tiger is not there? So it is again a hyperbolic situation that it seemed very easier to find tiger's milk, but not a live tiger. So now the king was going for a 100 tiger killing, and you would read the chapter again. And tomorrow, not tomorrow, but we will have one more class of this one. Then we will discuss the questions because now it is already 10:12, and two things you can take just this also this slides we can also discuss. This is the last one which I have before this. Maharaja was sunk in gloom. He became very unhappy because he wanted a 100 tiger, and it was then there was a news that in his kingdom there was a village. Okay, there was a village where sheep were missing. Sheep. Okay, and you know that tiger is very fond of sheep. So again there is a funny situation. I have put an asterisk here. It was first ascertained that if that there it was not the work of Khadar Mia Sahib or Bismani Naikar. Both of them were had the ability to swallow sheep. In a village in Pratibandhapuram, sheep were missing. Okay, and tiger is very fond of sheep. So they thought that there is a tiger. Tiger is killing the sheep. So villagers came. Okay, a tiger's work. Villagers thought that there was a tiger. So villagers ran to Maharaja and they said, Maharaja, in our village, sheep are missing every day, and there might be a tiger in the forest. So, you know, Maharaja came to that village and he announced exemption from all taxes of that village and set out on hunt. Maharaja went with his team to that village and gave a special type of thing. Again, I'll put asterisk here. He gave a bribe to them. Why bribe? He just set all the taxes free. He made that for this village for 3 years, there will be no taxes. Why there will be no taxes? Because he was going to get 100 tiger in that village. Villagers had given him information. But again, this was a type of bribe. It was again a type of bribe that he was going to give to the villagers because they had informed him, they had given him the help of finding or killing 100 tiger. But but the tiger was not found. There was no tiger. Okay, it seemed as if it had wantonly hid itself in order to flout Maharaja's will. Yeah, this is the expression. It means wantonly means playfully. It appeared that if tiger wanted to just hide itself and tiger wanted to keep Maharaja away and away from tiger killed. So tiger was not found ultimately there. Okay, Maharaja was determined to refuse the leave, and Maharaja did not want to leave the forest. He wanted to stay there. Okay, but he became very angry and he passed order. Okay, he became very angry and he passed order. What he passed order? That he doubled the taxes there. When he did not find the tiger in the village, then he gave them the punishment. Here he was giving them the award. Okay, he was giving the reward them. It means that exempting, making the taxes free for 3 years. But when he did not find the tiger, he became very angry and he just removed many officers from his post, his that kingdom, and he doubled that. He ordered the one that the taxes in that village would be doubled. So see that how the Tiger King was behaving very differently with every type of situation. So you read the text. We will have another class, and then we will just enjoy this thing. Now I just stop sharing this screen, and I hope that you have understood the text. But whatever the text is left, we will discuss that in the next chapter. Okay.
Excuse me,
students?
sir.
Yes.
Sir, have you any information about announcement of our 11th class results?
That we will, I'm going to school today, we will find that out. Okay, just a minute. I'm closing the class. Haan, Raghu sir.